How's it going, everybody? Joe with Vaportrayer here again. Um, Today's video is more of an instructional type thing. By now, I'm sure you guys have heard of the Krixus tank. It's made by Horizon Tech. It's got the ceramic coils in it, where you just basically re-wrap your cotton, and the coil lasts you for a very, very long time. Now they say up to 6 months, depending on use. I don't think it'll be 6 months out there. But, a lot of people have been coming in and they've had problems with one, either re-wicking the cotton, putting it in there to where it stays, or their atomizer's not screwed down after they wrap it, or their coil's just burning out like the day or the day after they get it. And I've got a couple troubleshooting kits here for you that'll kind of help you out with those things. Put it up here. This is what it looks like. For those of you who don't know, this is 4 mil capacity. It is a top feed. It's got a ceramic coil. It spins just right at the top here. You can just fill it right here on the top. It's got adjustable airflow. It's 510 threaded. Pull the bottom up here. I'll show you what the coil looks like. Now your atomizer will spin off of here. And this is what your coil looks like, or your coil housing, I should say, because the coil is actually in here. This will spin off as well, so hang on to that threading part, spin this off, and that'll expose your ceramic coil. And then your cotton's on the inside. Now what we're going to do, dropping everything. I'm going to use mine. I'm going to show you, how to do it on mine, but I'll pop this back up here really quick. Now, some people don't realize that on these coils, whenever you change your cotton and re-wick these things, you're going to want to purge your coil as well, the ceramic coil. One of the biggest things you don't want to do, and this is what a lot of people are doing, is they're just firing that thing red hot and burning it on whatever wattage to burn that thing off. And a lot of people think, oh, the hotter the better. Well, that's not true, because you're going to end up popping that coil, and it's when you're going to replace it. That's whenever you're going to start running into the money, because you're wasting money at that point. The coils on average are anywhere from $13 to $15 a piece. With that being said, the reason they're that expensive is because they should last you a while. They really should. I'm going to pop mine off here. Now, whenever you purge that coil, don't do it over 25 watts. 25 watts is fine. And you want to pulse it. You don't want to sit there and just hold it. So I'm going to pull this cotton off here. This is brand new cotton, by the way. So, as you can use, there's the coil. Now your tank will come with these cotton strips. There's a little box here. It comes with plenty of them. Go to your local retailer if you run out. And almost every place I know sells cotton. Now, what I do to make this a lot easier is we got the strip here. Okay. What I do to make it a lot easier is I actually wet one side of the strip, and it kind of helps stick to the coil as you're doing it, that we don't have to fight it, back off and holding it tight, because you're going to want it pretty tight. So I got one side of the strip here saturated. What we're going to do at this point is another mistake people make is they put it all the way down at the bottom there. In reality, you kind of want to gap. You want to gap the bottom. You don't want the cover all the way to the bottom, because what happens is whenever you throw this puppy back on there and you're pushing it down, now it's getting in the way of the threading, and it's not going to thread down for you. Okay. Pop that there. Just kind of, I kind of hold one side of my finger and just kind of wrap it around to where you want it tight. You don't want it so tight that you're pulling the cotton apart, but you definitely want it tight. Okay. See, whenever you saturate the cotton, it kind of helps it set at the top there. It helps it bind together. Okay. So, it's not the prettiest thing, but it definitely suffices. And what I do on this side is I just kind of saturate the outside as well. And the reason I do that is because whenever I put my cover back on, it helps the cover slide back down that thing pretty easy. Now, remember I said that to have it up off the bottom there, because whenever you pop this on there, it's going to force that down. Okay? Pop this on here. And I always kind of spin it ever so slightly. That kind of helps it. Make sure you've got that side that's kind of poking out. To go ahead and pop that back in there. Just kind of push this down. So now we got it there, and it's spinning all over the flush. Okay. So now we got our coil. Now, next step. A lot of people are like, oh, I rebuild my coil, and I'm not getting anything through it. It feels like I'm sucking ice to a straw. It's just something that's at the bottom, and it's not letting it go through. On that very top, see how that's not like a full hole there? I take something, I just kind of move the cotton away from the top of that coil. Now be careful, you don't want to, hit that coil and damage that coil. So just be real careful. Just kind of open that up to where there's nothing in the way of that coil. Okay, so now we have a wide open coil. Should have plenty of airflow. Okay, so now with that said, I've already got my tank kind of filled up over here. New coil or new cotton, same foil. I'll pop it down on here. And since I already wet the inside of the wick and the outside of the wick's nice and saturated. So screw that all the way down, don't over tighten, and voila, we're looking good here. So I'm going to throw it on the tank. Got my airflow all the way open. This is what she looks like full. Okay. Throw it on the mod. Now I prefer 50 watts. That's about my go-to for any tank I use is about 50 watts. So that's it. Let's see what she does. All right, here we are. 50 watts. It's put off phenomenal flavor. I'm really impressed with this thing. I really like it. So anyway, hopefully, if you guys are having any of these problems, any of these issues, hopefully one of those things I just touched on will help you out. If you have any questions, comments, anything, you want to come buy one, come to Palm Beach Papers Broken Arrow. My name is Joe, and I will see you guys next time.